Hey guys, it's Kelly. I today just want to get started and kind of introduce myself, who I am, where I came from, and where I am today. So, um, who, I guess, who was Kelly is where I want to start because Kelly now and Kelly 10 months ago is a completely different person, and I 110% have my journey with Beachbody to credit that to, and it's just been an unbelievable journey. Never in a million years when I got started would I have thought that by signing up for a health and fitness challenge pack that with the 21 day fix that I would be where I am today. So it's been an incredible journey, and like I said, that girl that started in October of 2015 is just a completely different me, and I can't even begin to describe how good that feels and how powerful that feels to just look back at that and see how far I've come. So who was Kelly? Kelly was pregnant, 3 months pregnant with my baby girl. I was in a new place. I just moved to Portland, Oregon from Montana. I had no friends, and I had a 3-year-old boy. My husband and I were financially really struggling. I was a housekeeping manager at a hotel. We were putting our son in daycare 3 days a week so that we could work opposite shifts every single day, and we were working at every single point that we could so that we could bring in enough income to not only cover the daycare costs, but to use that extra money to support us financially. We were on food stamps. We had every sort of situation set up possible so that we could function and live and just get through the day-to-day life. We never ever worked out. We didn't make time for it, not because it wasn't a priority, but because we didn't see a way how. We would fight all the time about everything. We fought about not having time to work out, about who was going to watch the kids, about who was more tired, who was going to do the responsibilities, who was going to take care of the house, who was going to do the dishes, who was going to cook. You name it, we fought about it. And then we couldn't keep up with our day-to-day responsibilities because we both were so busy with our jobs, and we both were so exhausted. He was working until 3 in the morning and getting up when I had to go to work at 7 a.m. and I was staying up late and getting up in the middle of the night and taking care of our son who wasn't sleeping well. So we were just really struggling all around. And to be honest with you, and this is something that I haven't even really shared with my husband, but I started my journey with Beachbody really thinking that I didn't know if our marriage was going to survive our second child. I didn't think we worked together well. I didn't know what we were going to do. I was so sick of working opposite schedules and never seeing him, and I didn't think that we were going to make it. And I knew that I had no money and no backup plan, and I didn't know what I was going to do. So I thought, okay, I'm going to change something. I'm going to commit to my 21 day fix. I'm going to find a way to start saving some money so that if shit does hit the fan, I have a savings. And so that's how it all began. I had thought to myself, for a long time I had followed my friend from high school on Facebook, and I never reached out. I was always afraid. I was very skeptical. And finally I decided, okay, I'd rather do something than nothing. I needed to take control. I didn't want to gain as much weight as I had my first pregnancy, which was 60 pounds. And I wanted to give my baby girl and my son a good life. So I signed up for the 21 day fix. I actually convinced my husband to sign up with me right off the bat. So we both bought 21 day fix challenge packs with Shakeology, and I committed to my program, my health, and also I committed to making back my money. I needed to make back the money that I invested in my first month because we literally had $14 in our bank account, and I put it on my credit card. So that's where I was. I didn't know if coaching was for me because I didn't want to bother my friends. I I wasn't positive at all. I was the least. I actually thought it was funny to be negative. I never posted on Facebook anything unless it was complaining about something. I didn't know who was ever going to take me seriously or think that I could offer them anything, because in college I was just such a drunk mess, and I was selfish, and I didn't care about anyone but myself. So I had a lot of concerns that I feel like a lot of people have, and I have found that not only are those concerns invalid, but they're excuses. So I committed and I never looked back, and I always just did exactly what I knew I had to do, and those things I know I had to do were shown to me through the company. So I really had no excuse but to be successful once I committed mentally to that. And so now that I've shared where I came from, I just want to share where I am now. 10 months later, when I started, I realized that I could either make this work, or when I had my baby girl and I had to put my son and my girl into daycare, I could work full time to come home with, after factoring daycare costs, $500 for a month. So mentally, I told myself, okay, obviously I want to make more than $500 a month, and it's definitely not worth it to put my kids in daycare just to have full time, not to see my kids, just to come home with that $500. So I wanted to be at the point where I was making $1,000 a month. I was home with my kids, because the sad thing is, we needed that $500. So that literally was my option. I could work full time for that little bit of money, after factoring in how expensive it was going to cost me to put both my kids in daycare, and never see my husband and keep up with the arguments and be freaking exhausted every single day of my life and miserable. Or I can make this work. So I committed to making this work. By the time I would have had to come back from maternity leave, I was making over my goal. So that was, I had my girl in the end of February, so that would have been April. That was 7 months later. I am completely different as far as my positivity, as far as knowing that I have a purpose, and I have committed to my health and my fitness. I'm going to be 29 in 2 weeks, which is hard to swallow, but I am in literally the best shape of my life, and I'm going to be 29, so let's not rush it. But I never ever would have thought that by committing to my fitness program, this would have been something that would completely change my life, but let me tell you, it has. And now I've tried the 21-day fix, the 21-day fix extreme. I've done T25 workouts, I've done some Insanity Max 30, and I've just tried Size, and I just can't get enough of any of the programs. So just having that in my life has been so empowering. My eating has completely changed. I really focus on what I put in my body. I drink Shakeology every single day, and it gives me so much energy, and it makes me feel just good and healthy and the way that we're supposed to feel. So it's really been an incredible journey, and something that it's made. I think what's so empowering to me is I every day wake up and I read personal development, or if I have a spare second, if I'm getting ready, if I'm in the car, I'm listening to a leadership podcast, or I'm listening to something that's going to help me grow my confidence, those things in me that I know I needed to work on. I know I needed to know my self-worth. I know I was drinking because I had anxiety, and I wanted to be cool, and I wanted to fit in, and I was trying so hard to be this person that I wasn't. I never accepted me for me. And all of these things that I'm working on now are things I know I needed to work on my whole life, but I ignored them. So this hasn't just been a journey to be a good coach. This has been a journey to learn me and grow, because in order to be the best person to help someone else, I know I have to be the best me. I have to learn those skills that are going to help inspire others, that are going to make people realize that confidence and and strength and and knowing you and being okay and unique with you is powerful. And so it's not only been this amazing coach experience where I'm making money and I'm loving it and I'm working from home, and I do love it, and I do love that I can make money from home and be home with my kids, but what's been so great is that it's held me accountable for knowing and being the best me from the inside out. It's held me accountable for my fitness goals. It's held me accountable for my clean eating. And it's made me push to be the best person that I could be. So that to me is just one of the most special and powerful things about this whole opportunity. It's taken me away from a job where I was a housekeeping manager, where every day I went into work and I just dreaded it. I dreaded my everyday. I dreaded coming home and just feeling like I just wanted to sit on the couch and do nothing because I had no energy. I didn't want to spend any time, doing cooking clean meals. Like, who had time for that? I was eating out, and I used to eat out all the time, just junk crap I was putting in my body and making everything worse, making me more exhausted, making my energy levels less, making, giving me less important, putting less importance on the things that actually matter. So to me, this experience has changed my entire life, because not only am I focusing on my health and fitness goals and being held accountable, I have this community of amazing people. I am home with my children. I'm able to give my children all of my energy. I'm really able to give them what I want to give them, instead of coming home and giving the thing that's most important to me the least of my energy, the least of me, the least of my heart. And I was just so impatient before. I didn't have that in me. I just didn't have it in me. And now it's something that I can really focus on. My children, my life, my family. I'm able to see my husband. I don't have to work an opposite shifts. And you know what? Our marriage is 150 million times better because I decided to take this leap. We decided to take this leap together, and now we see each other and we don't argue, and he believes in me, and we're making this change together. So that's it. That's my story. Everything has shifted for me. That is how I became a coach, and helping people reach their health and fitness goals every single day is just so empowering. To get those messages from people that say, "You changed my life," is just the craziest thing in the world. And so not only am I excited to change people's lives because they've committed to their health and fitness journeys, but I'm excited to change your life by allowing you those freedoms and those things that I've experienced because I decided to take this journey. So that's my story, and I really hope that you enjoy the next few days of our coach sneak peek and really give some consideration to changing your life, to taking that leap and taking an unconventional risk. Thanks for listening.